Welcome back to Terrafirmagreg. In between episodes, I did a little bit of work. I want to get into the low voltage age. I want to get to electricity, but in order to do that, I need to do a little bit of preparation, and we need a lot more materials and things. So I've been doing a little bit of work in between episodes, and yeah, you might have noticed the staircase behind me. That was a happy little accident, which I'll have to explain. First things first, though, let's go check out the tree farm because that's what started this whole thing. So we used to go up just some scaffolding, and I wanted a way to get up to the roof without just climbing the scaffolding, something more permanent. And that's where this staircase comes in. And at the top here, we've got the tree farm, and oh, it looks like it's a little cursed right there. There was a problem with the circular one. The windmill bearing kept getting stuck because some of the updates to the mod pack have made the windmill not work if there's stuff right next to it. And I had trees growing right next to the windmill, and that was getting it stuck. And so I had to switch to the same kind of mechanism that we have over on the ice machine down that way. So it's just a rail going back and forth. And now we just have a line of trees instead of a circle of trees. So it's the exact same thing, only I guess we can fit more trees in. We still have our little contraption here that will send all of the sticks and saplings that way and the wood into my little wood vault. So yeah, that is the new tree farm. So that was the first problem that I ran into, and then I also rearranged the machines down here, and if we go below, you can see that I also rearranged the power. We used to have water wheels just powering each one individually, but I thought, let's use this that we have right here, this steam engine. So what I have here, since we can't have more than one device on each line here, because I was playing around with this for quite some time trying to figure it out. Even though I have these steel shafts here, they can take 128 SU. But if you have a device attached to it that uses at max 32 SU, it's not like you can connect like 4 of those devices to one of these. That's not how it works apparently. And so if you have a device that is like 32 SU, it will limit the entire power that this produces to just 32. I have no idea why. Maybe they're just nerfing it so that Create's not too powerful. Otherwise, you would just use Create instead of some of the Greg Tech stuff. So my idea is to have, a different engine for each line. So I got speed controllers on here to speed them up, and I got 4 different lines right now. I could add more later. We've got the 4 machines. We've got this power coming in from this line, and then we got power coming in from this other line right here, and then one there, one there. And I also made little switches so I can turn them off if I want to, and also made it more automatic so we can just throw things in here, come down, and come drop down in here when they're done. Did that for all these. Now the reason I ended up with this staircase, I needed some wrought iron rods for something I was doing, and so I got some wrought iron ingots and threw them on the saw. I just thought, my first thought was throw the ingots on, you'll get the rods. I know that's actually, you put that on the belt grinder to do that. I mistakenly put it on the saw, and what I got out was this catwalk, and I had no idea. It was so weird. And to get this wrought iron catwalk, basically you can just cut a wrought iron ingot and you'll get the wrought iron catwalk stairs. Now the other funny thing is I thought that was a good idea. It was a happy little accident, so I wanted to make more. So I repeated that and threw a wrought iron ingot on the saw, but I didn't get the stairs. I actually got the catwalk railing because I guess you can throw that on and you'll get something different. I don't know how you could choose, but since I already had some stairs, I went to the little filter here, put the stairs in there, and so I was able to get stairs that way. And then I had some railing, and if I wanted to get some railing, I just put the railing in the filter. I think if you use the stone cutters, or not stone cutters, yeah, stone cutter. I think if you use the stone cutter table specifically, you could use that to get all sorts of different items that you want. You can pick which one. We haven't made one of those yet, but this was just a cool little thing that happened. So then I decided to use it up here. And you put down the catwalk, and then the railing is put on separately. So I can take off some of the railing. Oh, the railing is attached to the stair. Okay. So if I take off just this piece here, we've got a bunch of stuff in our inventory. Okay, so we've got the catwalk we can attach right there. And that is not the direction I wanted it to go. Okay, you put it right here, like that. And then the railing, you just add to the stair piece itself, and it adds it like that. Just makes it look really cool. And since I had so much extra railing, I decided to make, kind of safety railing around the spots here and up here. Just make it look cool. Because the railing, I just climb right over it with my walking stick anyway. But it does look more official. So that is one thing I've done. I also made these steel crates because, wow, the amount of space they can store is amazing. I was using this to get a whole bunch of iron ingots, and I had a bunch of gold from mining, and the chest was filling up so fast. So I decided to put a steel crate on the bottom, and now with a frame chest on top, I can put wood, because if you burn wood logs in the furnace here, you'll get wood ash. And wood ash is an important ingredient in various things like lye, because I needed lye to treat the hardwood pulp and get thermochemically treated hardwood pulp. So I could then use that in the forge hammer and forge that thermochemically treated hardwood pulp into paper. Also, you use a lot of wood ash for making the sticky resin from the latex. So wood ash is actually something that you need a lot of. So that was kind of nice. Finding out that I could burn wood, just get the wood ash. I also used some bismuth ingots to craft some of those item pipes that I used on the salt machine. Made this a little more automatic because we are going to need a lot more wrought iron. So we've got cast iron coming down in here, getting cooked into the wrought iron bloom, which we can then pull out and into another frame chest. And then we can take the wrought iron bloom and work it into the the wrought iron. So that's one tiny little upgrade I've done. Although now looking at this, that charcoal is going to run out eventually. I either keep filling it up, or can I put... Yeah, I know what I can do. So we'll go down here, and I'll also show you another thing I did using the item pipes. I'm pulling the coal straight out of here that's being made, dropping it in, and transferring it to a chest over here. And then back, and I don't know if you can see it very well, there's a mechanical arm right there that I kind of stashed away. And it is picking up coal from here, feeding it to the blaze burner. It looks like it's almost out, which means the arm is about to grab it. I've got the arm at such a slow speed that it will feed the one just in time. Yep, see, there it goes. Picked up one, now it's going to drop it in. So we've got our automatic feeding of the steam engine here. And I set this to only drop one, so that it only feeds one at a time. That way we don't run out of coal, because we don't really need to feed this very much. And we're making a lot of that charcoal from the coke oven brick here. So if I ever need any charcoal, I can just come down here, grab a stack, whatever I want. And I think what I could do is in here, and we've got a bunch of cast iron there. I drop in, I don't know, like half a stack. Okay, so this way it'll feed some charcoal in between the iron, and it will keep this stocked up. Okay, and the reason why we needed so much of that raw iron is because of that monstrosity over there. Let's go take a look at it. Okay, so this is my mining contraption. I did some testing with it. It was just a 9 by 9 by 9 solid block of just planks. And since it's on a contraption here, you can lift it up like so. And then with a wrench, shift right click on this. Shift right click on. Oh, no, we gotta use the create wrench, not this wrench. Okay, so you gotta use the create wrench. Shift right click on it, and it's gone because it is in my inventory as a minecart contraption. So now, if I go ahead and take that torch off, when you place this, since I don't have this powered, it will place it and it will automatically fill the space. And anything that is in this space will automatically get mined, basically. So you take this down in the mines, you plop it down, and it will basically mine everything out of this chunk right here. And so I figured when you do that, most of the materials that you mined by occupying that space, they fly up to the top. And so my idea is, instead of having to place this and then take it down, place it somewhere else while I gather up all the materials and throw them into the chests that I have attached to it, what if on the top we had some vaults and some chutes? So when you place this, all of those items would fly up to the top, automatically go inside the chutes, and go into storage. And then I can get them later. So that is what I've been working on. And in order to do that, we need a lot of vaults, which require a lot of wrought iron. We also need chutes, which require a lot of wrought iron as well. And I don't think I'm going to have enough to finish this entire top layer, but I can at least get this area right here. And then once we're done with this, we could go do some iron mining and test it out and see if it works as well as I hope it does. So yeah, that is what I'm trying to do right now. And that way we'll be able to mine, get a lot more materials, because we're going to need a lot of materials going into the electric age. Okay, I've been working on the device here. Let's check it out. Track card assembler contraption. Now, I kind of pared it down a bit. Instead of having a full 9 by 9, I've just got the one section here. We're going to test it out, and I think it might be better to just have this one section and move it farther as I go. But I had to create these smart chutes instead of just the regular chute, because the regular chute has space in between the two blocks, and the items were getting stuck in between there. But with the smart chutes, they take up an entire block. And so the items don't get stuck. They go all the way up to the top so they can get sucked into the chute. I also put another layer of vault on here and changed it from a vault to an item silo. So the vault was horizontal, and the farthest you could go down would be 3, because then you would have, let's see if we can look. You would have the 3, and then it would go along the side there, but if you turn them into silos, then they're vertical. So I've got 3 vertical silos here, and if I find out that this is not enough space, I can just make them go down farther. So let's pick this thing up and go test it out, get some iron, because we're going to need a lot of iron. We always need iron. Get the redstone torch, turn it on, pick it up. Alright, let's go. Alright, put down the rail, assembler, and contraption. Alright, and let's head to the surface and see if all the stuff popped up on top, or if it actually got sucked in. Okay, so it went up here. Oh, yeah, there's some stuff that popped up on the top here. And that is why we have some of these chests here, so we can stash stuff that pops up that doesn't get sucked in. One more thing that we are going to need to do, though, is place a redstone torch to pick that up. Can I place it in front? No. It has to be right next to it, right? Or can it be? Oh, yeah, okay. Can be in the front. Okay, so now we can pick up contraption. That is not what I needed to do. Okay, good. Still worked. Okay, so yeah, this is what it did. Just basically made a 3 by 9 by 9 pocket here, and all that stuff just went up. The problem is that since there's no space, all of this stuff, instead of going in, probably went straight to the surface, and we went up and picked it up. So what we might need to do is make a space and then put it down. So like if we went down another 9 and put it down right here, it would probably work just fine. So rail, cart assembler, and the contraption. And voila. Okay, and this time we're going to make sure to get the minecart and not the assembler. And yeah, that went all the way up to the roof. Alright, now if we go up on top here, I think there should be some just scattered about, right? Because that's what happened before. Oh, yeah, right here. Look at all this. Alright, so if we just put our contraption right here. We throw some of this stuff in storage. So I think before we get to the crushing wheels, I want to make an ore processing location right here, where I can just plop down my machine, it'll extract the ores, crush them automatically, and then store them away. So I think I want to come up with a storage solution, and I think I want it to start right here. So when I walk in to the door, I've got off to the right, I've got my steam, I've got my create, and then I got my storage. And behind that will be the ore processing, which we can change later. Because, yeah, I think I want to get some automating done. So before we get any further, let's get some of this storage in place, kind of what we think we're going to be wanting. And then we'll work on the crushing and get the processing done. And I guess we'll get to the electric age next time. Okay, so an update on the storage situation. I spent a lot of time getting these item vaults made and a whole bunch of smart chutes, levers, and chests. This is going to be my main storage for now until I get something better, but the idea is we got this huge vault. This is the biggest you can make the vault. It's got the full 3x3 on the end and 9 blocks wide, or 9 blocks long, whatever. And the idea is with these smart chutes here, the levers have them turned off right now. So what we can do is we could actually grab a filter and say, let's say we want, those wood planks that are in there. Take this filter and we can do ash planks. There we go. Now I could actually say I just want ash planks, specifically ash planks. Like this right here. But if I want to, I could just say, well, I want everything that is wood. So wood stuff. So we're gonna add that to the filter, select it. So now if I put the filter on the smart chute, when I flip this lever, only the stuff that's filtered will come into the chest. And there we go. The only wood stuff that I have in the vault right now are these ash planks, which I can grab. And then that way, anything that goes in the vault that is of wood stuff would be put into the large chest. And if it fills up and it backs into the item vault, well, that's okay, because as soon as we grab stuff, more stuff will come down. And if we want to stop it, we just pull the lever down like that. So this way we can actually go around and just set all of these to whatever we want. I think these 9 right here will probably be my main crafting supplies. I think I might leave the end ones as something that maybe I want to get something specific that I don't have falling into a chest already. And so I'll just change that on the fly. And then these on the back, I think will be my rock types. Maybe some rock and some wood stuff, maybe some soil, something like that. So that's my idea. And also, if we wanted to, we could add some more funnels above this as well to have even more types of stuff. Maybe stuff that we don't grab as often. Kind of like the wood storage that we have over here. How we've got these funnels and we can just turn them on to grab whatever wood we need at the time. So there's a lot of options here. And as you can see, I've already unloaded the digging machine. I went mining to get more iron because it took a lot of wrought iron to make this vault. And the chutes too. Because every chute, it starts out with just a regular chute, and then you can turn it into a smart chute, and every regular chute takes 3 wrought iron plates. I also got the mill. No, that's the grinder right there. I put the mill where the grinder was, and I've got it set up so I can automatically do this, and it does a 1-for-1, 1 ingot to 1 plate. And it also makes these rubber sheets into thin rubber sheets. And the thin rubber sheets you can actually use for the brass funnels right here. And so I was able to make some more brass funnels. This is a very handy device because instead of doing 3 bars to 2 plates in the forge hammer here, which is what I've been doing, now I can just do a 1-for-1 in the mill. And then also I moved the belt grinder to here, and I moved the speed controller up above so that I can change it, because sometimes it needs to be high and sometimes it needs to be in the medium speed for like doing the screws, the wrought iron screws. So yeah, and I've got this little chute right here. I've got a filter on it that just is set to filter out any of the ores that can be processed, because I think this is going to be the beginning of my ore processing. I'm going to, when I unload, put everything, rocks and things, inside of here, but all of the ore is going to pop out of here and go into probably another smaller vault so that it doesn't back up. It'll be a little bit of a buffer, and then go into processing. And that's what we're going to build those crushing wheels for, so it can process that faster. And then we can, when we get into the later ages of the electricity and the low voltage and stuff, then we'll be able to do more with the ores, possibly get more stuff out of it. But for now, I can kind of show you. Go up to the top here. I've got some rocks on me, so I can just dump those onto here. And there they go. They're just speeding on over here. I got a little water wheel to power just the belt for now. And apparently belts don't take any stress units. So you can speed this up as fast as you want. 0 consumed. So I'm thinking in the future, when I have big elaborate setups, possibly, I'm going to have the belts on a completely separate power supply, because then I can just speed it up as fast as I want, and then have all the devices that are on there on their own little power supply that I can speed it up to as fast as I can. But yeah, belts all by themselves. Oh, that is so cool. Oh yeah, another thing that I noticed, was hiking boots. I made some blue steel toe hiking boots. I would highly recommend that you craft a pair of hiking boots as soon as possible. Looks like just the plain hiking boots are not too difficult to make. Just, I think that's wrought iron. Yeah, either wrought iron, or you can make a couple with a steel plate. Reinforced fiber, that's just some kind of string, and some of those jute fibers, or burlap fiber. What is it, burlap? Oh, from flax. Okay. So those are pretty easy to make. The bound leather strips are also really easy to make. Sewing needle, just make that from bones. Got some more string of some. Oh no, that's reinforced fiber, which again is too easy to make. And the leather strips are also really easy to make too. You just gotta nap some of the leather into strips like that. So all in all, oh, and leather boots, of course, you gotta do those. These hiking boots are rather nice. Fall distance is better, speed is better, gives you a little bit of armor. And if you go into the higher tiers, then you have step height as well. So like my wooden cane that gives me step height is nice, because then I can just walk over one tall things. It's like I'm a horse. I'm so fast and speedy, and I can climb up things really easily. But also, it makes it so that when you walk through the tall grasses, it doesn't slow you down. So with the hiking boots on, and with my wooden cane in hand, I can walk through snow better and walk through grasses. So I think the next thing we need to do is make those crushing wheels. And to make the crushing wheels, we'll look at the recipe here. So steel crushing wheels. We are going to need 21 mechanical crafters. I think we have 11 or so of those from making the lathe earlier. But we're going to need 21 of those so we can put it in this configuration. We're going to need tin alloy plates. We've got a lot of tin alloy, that's not a problem. We are going to need some diamonds, so we're going to have to process some of those diamonds we found when we were looking for the graphite. Of course, a block of wrought iron, which is just 9 iron. Now for the block, it looks like... do I have anything that'll make this? Okay, so I can, if I have a block mold and 9 wrought iron ingots, I can just put them in, was it the alloy? Yeah, the steam alloy smelter, so we can make those, but that is going to be a lot. So first thing, let's make sure we have 21 of these mechanical crafters. I've got 12. Okay, I only have 12. So here is another tip that I found out watching Ricky playing his Terrafirmagreg series. If you want to make things a lot easier on yourself, okay, we need 21 of these, right? Yeah. Okay, we need 21 of these. So there's this middle view recipe tree. You click on that, and you can actually scroll up and down to say how many of these you want. So I want 21 of these. it'll show you the total cost of what you need. And if you change that to crafting recipe tree, then when I exit out, it shows all of the things that I need and the number. And then if I get some of those, it will decrease. So if I open up this chest, oh, I've got 12 mechanical crafters already. Great, that means I only need 9 more. And in order to make 9 mechanical crafters, I need 9 workbenches. I'm going to need a wrench and hammer, of course, 9 of the small brass gears, and 9 electron tubes. And so it'll actually show you what you need. So let's make 9 workbenches. I think I've got some wood in here. Yep. That should make 8. And then that should be enough for 9. So there's 8, 1 more, 9. Okay, so when I make these... Oh wait, no, that's chestnut. Oh, that's chests. Oh, okay, that was close. I almost messed it up. Okay, so we need 9 of those, but in order to make that, you have to have the planks. And then the planks, like that, make the workbench. Okay, there we go. So there's 4. Then there should be a couple more. So we still need 3. Can we make ash ones? Does that work too? 1, 2, 3. Yes, it does. Okay, great. So now we have 9 workbenches. It's off the list. Now we just need to get the other things. Small brass gears. Okay, we need 9 of those. We need 18 brass ingots. And oh, there's 2 more right there. And yes, I am going to be lazy and use the casting mold because I just don't want to have to be bothered to do it in the forge. Put that away. And there we go. And if you're looking in an inventory, it actually glows kind of like a blue so that you can easily grab the stuff you need out of chests. And this is going to be really important when we have higher tier storage. Like the steel crate that I made. Look how many spaces. That's a ton. But that is nothing. If we look at crates, steel crate, 72 slots. Aluminum, 90. Stainless steel, 108. Titanium, 126. Tungsten steel, 144. I think that's the highest. 144 slots. That's like double this. That's just going to be huge. So that'll really come in handy. You don't have to sort through your stuff as much. Alright, so we also need the electron tubes. We need 9 of those. And I don't think I have any more electron tubes anywhere. Nope, I do not. So now the electron tubes are the last thing that we need. I could go ahead and do the exact same thing here and say, well, I need 9 of these. So let's see, what do I need? Also, I did make some more ovens, and it looks like you can just power all 5 of these ovens just with the one bottom oven. And the reason I did this is because it'll make it a lot easier to make bread, because unfortunately, sad to say, I've discovered that pizza is not the ultimate food. Looking at my health right now, I've been doing sandwiches, and my health is like way more than just by pizza. By having a couple of sandwiches, one that does some vegetables and some protein and some dairy, and then the other half of the sandwiches is just basically a fruit sandwich. By having those 2 types, fruit sandwich here, other sandwich here, by going back and forth and eating those 2, I've been able to get my health this high. There's probably a better way to get it all the way to the top, but this is the best I can think of right now. I haven't put a whole lot of thought into it. Pizza does have all of the food groups at once, but it's not balanced, and so you don't get the full bars this far. It's farther, I think it doesn't have as much fruit, so the fruit is down and the vegetables are down too. So yeah, I'm doing sandwiches. So I've got these 5 ovens, so I can do a load of bread all at once. Electron tubes. Oh, see? There we go. Full edit. Electron tubes. Good. And there we go. Oh, I just noticed this thing here too. You can toggle this right here, where a shift click puts the results in your backpack. If you change this, then a shift click will automatically put it in your inventory. That is very nice. Alright, so we got the 21 mechanical crafters. Don't need that anymore. We do need the 21 in that pattern. So we gotta set that up somewhere. We have a stairway going down this way. I think we should probably have a stairway going down this way as well. Kind of mirror that. Also, I just have to shout out to this saw. I am loving it so much. I need some wood, throw the birch in, and it just chops it into so much. I mean, giving double what you normally do from your saw, it's a game changer. There we go. Stairs on both sides. So, funny story, I was trying to make steel rods and I threw them in the cutter on accident instead of putting them in the grinder, as one does. And I made steel catwalk railing. So we're going to use this on this side. There we go. Just nice little railing. I mean, I can still step over it, but it looks better. I don't know if we're going to have stairs going up. Probably not. I mean, we could have stairs going up this side as well, but I think we'll probably not. So this will be a nice little addition to make it look good. Go down here. If we need to service any of the pipes or whatever we're going to do. Alright, that is the size of it. Is that the place that we want it to go? Thinking yes, I think that is a perfectly fine place to put it. We've got the catwalk, railing here, crafter there. We come into the building, step to the right, storage off to the left, in kind of like a centralized location. Because then we've got more stuff over here. Yeah, I like the way that looks. That way we can bring the power up through here. There's going to be a little wheel here, and then a gearbox going down. Perfect. Okay, little gear goes there. Only like, not like that. Like that. There we go. Now we need the gearbox going down. Alright, I've got that hooked up. It's going up there. Yep, these are all moving. Great. How fast can we do this? 2 SU at current speed. Might not be able to increase this very much. Yeah. I can't even increase it up to 17. 16 is the highest it can go. Alrighty. Well, that's okay. It doesn't have to be fast, really. So these are all good. We need the ingredients for the crushing wheels. So let's go ahead and do that trick. And we only need 1. They do come in pairs, so we only need 1. Let's do that. Alright, we're going to need 12 tin alloy plates. Let's do the blocks of wrought iron. That's pretty easy. 4 times 9, 36. That's 32 plus 4. That'll give us 36. Go over here and grab the casting mold block, which I actually made so I could make glass blocks easier. So put that in plus 9. And that makes a block of wrought iron. And that was actually really fast, too. Okay, super fast. 4 wrought iron blocks, check. Tin alloy plates, we need 12 of those. We have tin alloy right here. Let's grab 12 of these. And stick them in our lovely roller. Give us some plates. Alright, there's one. While we're waiting, let's tackle the diamonds next. We're going to need 4 diamonds. How do you actually make diamonds? Okay, you have diamond ore through a furnace. Okay, that's one way. You can smash a flawless diamond. Oh, here we go. Sandpaper polishing. Okay. Or diamond will give you 1. A raw diamond will give you 1. And a rich raw will give you 2. Oh, look at that. We can use the belt grinder. I think that is what we're going to do. Let's go grab some diamonds from the house. I know we have some from when we went and got the kaolin clay and the graphite. Alright, here we go. So a couple of rich raw diamonds should be enough to give us 4. And now here comes the handy dandy speed controller on the outside here. It has to be on low, I think it was. Yeah, required speed low. So we just need to change this to something low. That's still medium. Maybe below 32 is low. No, that's still medium. Still medium. Okay, 1 is low. 20 is medium. 16 is low. Alright, that's probably good. So let's throw those in. Oh, beautiful. There's our 4 diamonds. Check. Now we can make the machine hull. Done. And now we can make the crushing wheels, but of course you've got to take the materials and put them in that order on the mechanical crafter. I think this goes in the middle. Let's take a look. Okay. Diamonds go in the corners. Then blocks on those edges, and then of course just put the alloy all the way around. Oh no. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Oh, shoot. Okay. Let's try this again. I did not think that was going to actually craft. Isn't it supposed to have like a button that starts at crafting or something? Alright, well, you can at least take the wrench and you can adjust where you want these to go. I want this all to go down. I want that to go to the right. I want this to go down. This. Okay, so this is going to the left. It's going right. Or should we have them all go down? Okay, if they all go down, but then those go in like that, and then the bottom will go in like that, then everything should move towards the bottom and then spit out at the very bottom right here. Alright, let's try this again. Middle, top, bottom, left, right, corners. Okay, there we go. So exciting. And there we go. Come on, pop out. Yes, we've got our crushing wheels. Max kinetic capacity 128. Okay. So we could actually make this one go really fast if we wanted to. All right, now we just gotta set these up somewhere. Thinking right below here, because all that stuff's gonna be coming down anyway. We just need to put in a little buffer. We can stick the ball under here, like that. Perfect. Now we need to drop that down. Okay, the chute will be there. It'll drop down into the wheels, which will be going, I think, right there. That might be too low. What about right there? Yeah, that's perfect. Right there. Alright, now that we got those up, I think we're just going to have them fall into a steel crate for now until we get the better ore processing done, because then we're going to want to drop them into something that will process them, which we might put on a conveyor that would come this way and start processing it on this side. And so this will be our ore processing location right here. And then after we're done processing it, we could put it back into the item vault here. Okay, right there. The chute should be right there, going in. Okay, yeah, that should work. Shift, click. All right, there we go. So now once this is powered, it should crush and fall down into there. So we just need to power these somehow. Okay, I got some materials crafted up. If we put a, let's see, where is it? Gearbox, steel gearbox. Put one right there. And then put a shaft right here. Put another one right there. Then what we can do is put the cogwheel there. The speed controller underneath. We could punch through the hole, or punch a hole through the floor right there. Okay. Vertical. There we go. Nice. And there we go. We've routed this way, and then this way, and we've connected it to this engine and put in another engine for the item crafters over here. Just put it around there. So now each engine is only outputting 36.57, but once we get that second burner going with some creosote, then I think we'll have a much better situation. So yeah, there's the rock crusher, all nice and powered, and it is going the wrong way. You can tell, because that would just spit stuff up. No, we got to reverse it. Luckily, since we have the speed controller here, we can just reverse it right here, and there we go. Okay, that should be a working crusher now. All right, now let's grab we'll just grab all of this ore. Every single little bit. All right, there we go. Oh, looks like a lot of it passed through. But we do have some of it passing through into here. We got the bismuth going through. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it just took a while. So it does take a while, actually, longer than the other mill. It might be because it's going so slow, though. Also, the nice thing about the crushing wheels, though, is that it does a stack at a time. So when the stack is in there and it's crushing, the entire stack will drop through. So that is nice. So we got the bismuth through. We did not get anything else through. All of it went into the item vault, and that is probably because of the filter. Filter is TFC ores. So that's why. Because we had some, what was some lead, right? Oh, raw lead. Here we go. Okay. Raw lead is not in the TFC ores. It is in something else. Can be smelted in blast furnace. Maybe that's what we need to add. Can be smelted in the blast furnace. So we'll add that. Stick it on. Okay, we'll get another filter for can be smelted, just so that we can grab everything out of here. Looks like we got some loose rhyolite rock that was probably from earlier. So yeah, we got all this stuff. Good, good. Throw all this stuff in. Crusher is working. Got all those ores in there. Okay, good. All right, we're gonna call that an episode. We got the crushing wheels. We've got a storage solution. And we also have the offloading of our digging apparatus. Our mining contraption. It's not the absolute best, but you know, it'll do for now. We'll have better options when we get into the electric age, which is what we want to do next time. So hopefully we'll get that done and we'll have some fun with electricity and not kill ourselves, hopefully. Anyway, hope you guys had a good time and we'll catch you later. Bye.